Peace, everybody. Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak. It is the third day of Ramadan 2019. Yay! um, I've been debating for a week or more. Um, I'm still debating actually about doing this video because I am a pretty private type of person. You may have known me for years, but you really don't know much about me, chances are, unless you're in my close circle of peeps. But I don't know. Maybe this information can help someone. I don't know. Um, and plus, people who are in my close circle who don't know what's been going on. This is my way of letting you know before you find out and I get in trouble. But um, trying to make this not too long a video, so excuse me if I wince. I am in a little bit of pain right now. But about a Monday before last, so I think that was the 29th or something like that. Well, really, the Monday before that. So it's now been about 2.5 weeks. I had already been a little ill for a few days from a couple of other things, but that was like nothing serious, I suppose. But then Monday, 2 weeks ago, I went to get in my car and it was pollen all over the car. And I remember saying to my partner, like, I'm surprised that I'm not being affected by this because lately pollen has been really getting to me. So hopped in the car, took a 3-hour drive to Jersey as I do. And by the time I came back that night around maybe 1:30 in the morning, I had started feeling like irritation in my chest. So I was like, that's the pollen. And then by the next morning, about maybe 7:30 or so, I got up to take my daughter to work, which is about 20 minutes away. Turned around, came back home. By the time I got home, my chest was on fire. You hear me? It was like so tight. It was hurting so much. And my back, oh God, it was just so bad. I couldn't lie down on I couldn't lie on either side. I couldn't lie on my back. It was just god awful. And I'm just like, man, I never had this before, I'm still thinking it's seasonal, respiratory something. So, I dealt with that. It was so bad that by the time my daughter got off work, I had her just jump in an Uber because I couldn't handle it going to get her. I asked her to go and get me some ibuprofen, which if I want something like that, everybody knows it's major because I don't do over-the-counter drugs. The only time I would ever do prescribed medication is if I deemed it very important to do so. I've been for decades, I'm a herb girl. I'm all about that, trying to live naturally as possible. I don't mess with those types of things unless, again, I deem it possible, which has been a few times where it's been. So she went and did that or whatever. The first time it helped, I was like, woo, this is good. The pain went away. I was able to get some sleep. But then, like the second time and the third time or whatever, it just wasn't helping at all. And then me being a nurse, like I realized I had some fine crackles in my lung sounds and everything. It just didn't seem right. But still, I'm like, can't be anything serious, so gotta be seasonal. So I just dealt with that. I started by maybe the next day or something, a couple of days later, I started taking acetaminophen, which is Tylenol, 1,000 milligrams. And you have to be really, really careful with Tylenol because just within a 24-hour period, you can really get liver or kidney damage if you're not careful in your dosage. And so I was like, yo, I need this. but it worked. I was like, the pain will go away. I was able to lie down and get some sleep. And by Thursday though, it started really, really bothering me, and I started getting nervous. So I said, you know what? I don't have insurance. Um, because I don't get sick. Like, seriously, we don't get sick. We may get a common cold here and there, but we deal with ourselves, echinacea seal, or what have you. Cold's foot, slippery elm. Um, but I said, this is seeming kind of serious. So I went to the director of nursing where I work, and I said, what do you think about this? Because I don't want to go to the doctor and have to pay all that money if it's just what I think it is. So she co-signed. She said, get you some Mucinex, keep up your Tylenol and ibuprofen, regimen, blah, blah, blah. You should be good. That was Thursday. I did it. Seemed like it was working. It was not expelling any mucus or anything like that, but the pain was being relieved and I felt like it was working, although my lung sounds were still the same. Um, and I think I could probably only lie on my left side, really, because the pressure was too much on my right. And that's still the case. Um, so that was Thursday. By Saturday night, going into Sunday, I woke out of my sleep with such a like horrible sharp pain. Um, oh my God, it was like horrible in my back. And I had to like get up with difficulty, of course, and sit on the side of the bed. And I'm like, gotta go to the doctor. No way. So that's what I did. I went to an acute clinic because it was cheaper, urgent care clinic. So I went there, and really nice doctor dealt with me and everything. I went there looking for antibiotics, by the way, because I'm still like, I was nervous that I would get pneumonia. I'm always scared of pneumonia and clots. I've been scared of getting blood clots since I went to nursing school. And so I know this is turning out to be long, but I'm trying to give you the details. Um, So I went to the acute clinic, and he was empathetic and sympathetic to my not having insurance, which to him, he says, he thinks that's the worst thing about the American healthcare system, insurance. But so he was empathetic, but I'm giving him my symptoms, and he's getting nervous. So he's like, it's either PE, which is a pulmonary embolism, which is a blood clot in your lung, is either CHF, which is congestive heart failure, or it is pericarditis, which is like fluid in the sac that's around your heart. They were all serious to me. So, of course, I'm texting my partner, like, we're going to have a talk because I don't even know how to break this to the children or anything like that. And so, turned out like there was really no testing that they don't have a lot of things to do serious testing at acute centers, number one. Number two, he knew it would be highly expensive for me to go and get a CAT scan and all that kind of thing. So he wound up doing an EKG to at least like check out my heart situation. And so he determined that, okay, it's pericarditis, which I was happy about because that seemed like the less severe of the three. And you can do your research on that or whatever. But for me, that was the less severe of the three. And so, he's like, it's not a lot of fluid. Just, I'm going to get you some prednisone, take you some prednisone, blah, 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 blah. Started taking that. So that's Sunday. By Monday morning, honey, I was good. I had on my house music. I was like dancing. I'm relocating my storage area for my online store to another room. So I'm like doing all that. I'm like chilling. I'm feeling good, right? Like this prednisone is the bomb. And I was still taking my Tylenol, helping with the pain. So, my daughter and I were like, all right, we're going to go out. Go get some errands done. By the time 4 hours passed and everything is fine, we pull up in front of Walmart. I get out the car because my daughter was driving. Pain hit me, yo, like somebody shanks me in the back or something. It was horrible. So my daughter's like, "You sure you want to go in? Like, you want to go back home?" I'm like, "No, no, no, I'll be good." Couple of steps, killing me. Oh my God, it was horrible. So I'm like, okay, we got, now the doctor the day prior said he thought it was pericarditis, but if I got any pain to get to a doctor, right? And the way he said it, I heard emergency room. So we're at Walmart, in front of Walmart, and I'm going through this, and I'm like, give me the keys. I'm going to drive to the acute center because she had just renewed her permit like a day or two before. I couldn't even get in the car. I was literally screaming, bawling, tears flowing down my face. And let me tell you, I'm really, really good with pain. It takes a lot to knock me down. That pain, yo, the devil is real, let me tell you. And so this guy that was parked in front of us, he was just watching, I guess trying to see like, is she okay type thing. So I'm just screaming. I'm like banging on his steering wheel. Like it was just horrible. So he finally came over and he like, helped me into the passenger seat. Oh my God, it was horrible. So we wound up going to an acute center, which was close by. But I went in. I was like, they just gonna charge me over $100 just to tell me the same thing from yesterday, right? So I called my two partners, my son and my partner, and it was like the consensus was, get to an emergency room, we'll deal with the payments later. Alhamdulillah, I listen. I'm not so egotistical where I'm like, I'm gonna do what I want to do. That's why I have people in my life who I depend on to be real with me, you know what I'm saying? Went to the emergency room, bilateral pulmonary embolus, meaning I have blood clots and still have blood clots in both my lungs. Very, very frightening. I really thought I was going to pass away, to be quite honest. But alhamdulillah, I was good, which I always thought I'd be scared when like it's time for the angel to come. But I really was good and started like texting my son a bunch of numbers and stuff that they would need, to like handle business. Um, in the event that I did pass, that I did transition, I started like, ouch, yeah, I started like texting people like close to me, not everybody, because some people I was just like, they're not gonna be able to handle this. But I started texting a few people close to me who I did think could handle it, and I just wanted to give love to, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. But I wound up being in the hospital for 5 days, I think. So from that Monday until Saturday, this past Saturday. And they were going to discharge me Thursday, but the pain came back so incredibly. Like nothing would help. Tramadol wouldn't help. Percocet wouldn't help. IV morphine wouldn't help. The thing that did help me was IV Toradol, which is an inflammatory. But Toradol is, you can't take that more than like 4 or 5 days. And plus, I couldn't. They do have it in tablet form, but I couldn't take it. So I had to stay there until the pain, that like really horrible, like level 11 or 12 on a pain scale, that pain had to subside in order for me to leave. They even wound up doing extra tests on me, like x-ray, chest x-ray to make sure no more clots had like grown or anything. Because the pain was just so severe, and they're like, you ain't supposed to be hurting like that. But Alhamdulillah, I'm here. And it turns out, oh, the other thing is it was unprovoked. So um, it was unprovoked pulmonary embolus, which means there was no reason that they saw that I should have blood clots, in my lungs. I don't smoke. I'm not on birth control. I'm not diabetic. Like nothing. Um, I didn't have any clots in my legs, which normally that's how they get in your lung. They break off like in your legs or somewhere else in your body sometimes, but um, primarily they start in your legs, then kind of break off and go through your bloodstream and end up in your lungs. Um, which of course you can imagine is highly dangerous, something being in your lungs. Um, but I had none of that, nor have I ever heard of any relative having blood clots. And also with me being so much into my family genealogy, I have access to like death certificates and things like that from grandparents, like going back 3, 4 generations. Nothing. I've never heard anything from my aunties, my uncles, or anyone. Even now, no one has ever heard of it, since this has popped up and I've spoken to relatives. No one's ever heard of it happening. But lo and behold, they did testing, they did lab work, and come to find out, I have something that's called Factor 5 Leiden Mutation. Hold up. Mashallah. Um, so yeah, it's actually a genetic disorder, a blood disorder. And so that means that I have to be on blood thinners for the rest of my life. And again, like I said, for years I've been all about the herbal remedies and the Reiki and the this and the that. And so, of course, that's the type of people I rock with. Not everybody. I'm down with everybody. I'm saying I don't care, but um, a great um, a great amount of my friends are the same way. So of course, everybody is like, "Don't take those. Take this. You can eat this. You can eat that." I so appreciate the love and everything, but quite frankly, I ain't playing with this like that. I need to at least get it under control. I need to get these clots. Blood thinners do not dissolve blood clots. You have to just wait for them to kind of work themselves out. But inshallah, what they do is prevent these clots from growing and from more forming. But I'm on the Coumadin because that's the cheapest, and I think they all work the same anyway, the blood thinners. But I'm on the Coumadin. It kind of sucks because right now, in the beginning, you have to go kind of frequently to keep getting your blood checked to make sure your therapeutic blood levels are, where they need to be, and your Coumadin has to keep being adjusted, may have to keep being adjusted until, everything is kind of regulated. Then, hopefully I'll just have to go maybe once a month or so to get it checked. But this now is my life and I am good with it. One of my friends I've been friends with for over 3 decades, he's just so devastated. And he's like, this is so unfair. But I really don't feel that. I don't feel like it's unfair. They were thinking it could have been lupus and all sorts of things, but it was not. And so, alhamdulillah for that. I certainly see the blessings in this. It could be cancer. I could be dead. I mean, all sorts of things. People have it far worse than I do. Like, I'm good. I'm good. It's all gravy. You know what I'm saying? But, this is now my life. And gotta watch things that I eat and stuff like that. Watch out with the shaving and the cutting of veggies and all that kind of thing. I need to get myself a medical ID bracelet just in case something happens to me in the streets, and medical people will know that I'm on blood thinners, so my blood will not clot in the same way. I don't want to bleed to death or something like that. Um, but it's all good. But I did want to share that to say, especially to my natural folks out there, if you feel something is strange with your body, please go and get it checked out. Um, I had started last year going on my own to the lab, a lab around here where you can go and just get your blood work done and see about your cholesterol and your iron and stuff. Oh, that's another thing. My iron was severely low. I knew I was anemic and I knew it was low, and I would take my iron capsules, raw mineral, I forget the name of it. Um, but I was taking those. Um, when I remembered, I'm really bad. Like probably most women, I'm really bad with taking care of myself. Great with taking care of others, myself, not so much. But my iron was so very low, I had to get iron infusions. And actually, I have to go to the hematology clinic tomorrow to see what my results were from last week. May have to get more infusions of iron, but please, we really got to do better in taking care of ourselves. So many people die of pneumonia or asthma, or John Singleton just recently passed away from a stroke, like 51. I don't know what his situation was, if it was stress or food or lifestyle or what it was. But nonetheless, we have to be, much more on point when it comes to taking care of ourselves. And I know you, like me, would rather not leave just yet. Got a lot of things you want to do. Don't want to leave your children, or, I have a new grandbaby coming. You know, it's important. So I hope this long behind video can help somebody. All right? Peace. Oh, also, I think I might leave a link or two at the bottom. So if anybody I'm having issues also with work. I can't go back to work yet because I get really short of breath. I'm in a lot of pain. Like the little pain I'm having right now is nothing, man. It gets really bad. So I can't go back to work yet. And on my job, they'll probably fire me. So it's this whole situation is eye-opening on so many levels. I've been having dreams. I was having them a lot last year, recurring dreams, and then it just started coming back. So I'm looking at it as like an omen or whatever you want to call it. And this situation is also kicking my butt into high gear with my private practice, my private nursing practice, and other things that I've been doing. I was an entrepreneur for um, almost 15 years, and I fell off from that, and I have been trying to get back into it, been procrastinating, but this is making me get back on board. So with all that being said, I'll probably put a couple of links at the bottom or somewhere. So if you want to support a sister, help me like get my cash flow going so I can pay this mortgage, honey, and these bills, because I got these babies. That'd be cool. All right. Peace. Love y'all. Let's try to do better. Peace. Ramadan Mubarak.